Hello everyone. In my previous video, I have shown you automation testing on this e-commerce website. Now I will try to explain you how I will able to do the automation testing on this website. Basically, this is the website I have done the automation testing. So now I will try to explain you how anyone can do automation testing on any website. So to do that, we use basically for automation testing, we use the Selenium. If you don't know anything about Selenium, then you think Selenium is something like a software you install on your system and do the automation testing. But in reality, Selenium is not a software. It is basically a library which you install in your code editor. So to do the automation testing, basically we write the code in the code editor and we basically import the library. In our case, to do the automation testing, we use the Selenium. So Selenium alone, it is not used to do the task. We use other library also. So need basic need for doing the automation testing is only two things. One is the Selenium and another one is the WebDriver manager. And to do the task efficiently, we use two another library, which is the JUnit. It is basically a testing framework. JUnit or test ng. So we use basically three libraries to do the automation testing, and fourth one is we use to as a as a good file manager, which is known as Maven. Maven, no, what does it basically download all the four libraries we want to import in our code editor. It basically we tell them Maven to do that, and it will download it for us. So if we do not use Maven, then we have to manually download all these jar files and install in our system. So Maven makes the task easy. So I will show you to do automation testing on any website. We first go to the code editor, and you have to. I am in my case, I am using the IntelliJ IDEA for testing, and this is my code editor basically. So for doing testing, we first ensure that Java is installed in your system because in Selenium we use the Java language. Okay. So after opening your code editor, go to the file, and for making any new project, go to the new and go to the project. And here on the left side, you can see different types of options are given. We use these options when we want to make the Java, basically Java programs. We use the Java, but we want to use the Selenium. I have told you we use the Maven to do our simplify our task of downloading those library which we want. So basically, first task we do, we select the Maven and we will try to give the name of our application of our testing website. Basically, you name anything whatever you like. You give the name and you should ensure. I have told you Java should be installed in your system. Here you can see JDK 17 point is installed in our system. So ensure that name, you give your name and JDK. And third one is it is ask for archetype. Here you can select drop down menu in quick start and click on create button. When you do that, suppose I'll show you create task. Here's archetype equal to quick start and create. Whenever you do that, it basically try to download the necessary files needed for testing. Basically, first file it automatically generates what is known as the pom.xml file. This file is responsible for the downloading of the library. I have told you Selenium is needed first, and second one I have told you WebDriver manager, and third one I have told you we use the JUnit. It is basically the testing framework to make our task easy. So here you can see it is automatically downloading all the dependencies necessary for the testing. When this task get completed, we will try to add, as you can see there is no Selenium is showing here. It automatically gives us the JUnit, but it not download the Selenium and the WebDriver manager. We have to explicitly write code for downloading the Selenium and the WebDriver manager. As you can see, I have told you it automatically gives the JUnit, but the JUnit which is it by default gives it is the older version. And now I'll show you to how we will import this Selenium and how we'll download the dependencies Selenium, WebDriver Manager, and JUnit. Basically, these three dependencies are needed to, to do the automation testing on any website. So I have told you it is the older version, so I will try to download the newer version. So I will for right now I will go to delete this code. Whenever use whenever you want to do the testing first time, you will see this type of code, and you think that we have to learn this code to do the automation testing. But nowadays, our code editor are so smart that we do not need to remember the code. We just remember for the one time, and it will do our task easy. Now I can show you. Suppose I want to download the dependencies of the Selenium. Okay, so what you will do, you just in your keyboard type the shift button and a small bracket button. When you press this, it automatically imported you the dependencies, and you have to just click enter button. So it write the two lines of code automatically. So here in artifact ID, what you have to type, what you are trying to download. You will trying to download the Selenium. So you just type SE. It automatically shows you. You just click on the enter button. It is now asking for the group ID, and it would automatically fill. You just have to enter. You have just have to type enter button from your keyboard. I type it. Now it is asking for the version. I will now again click enter. See, our code gets completed, and when and on and for our use, we do not have to manually download it. This Maven, we are using basically Maven. Maven, what in background, what it does, it download this Selenium for us. And now I have also told you you need two more files. One is the JUnit and another one is the WebDriver manager. So inside dependencies, we download another two files. Here you can see. I click the from our keyboard small bracket and it automatically show dependency. I click the enter button from my keyboard. It automatically gives two lines of code which is asking for the artifact ID. Now we are trying to download the WebDriver manager. We will try to web see it automatically come. I click on the enter button. It asking for the group ID. I click on the enter button. I click on the enter button for the newer version. See, it has completed. Again, we want another dependency needed, which is known as the we have completed. I have told you key for testing frame. It is JUnit is a testing framework, so we also download that. JUnit basically does that. It allow us to write our code in a good format. So for any debugging purpose and for it is helpful for us. So that's why we download the one testing framework. These are the jar files, and as you can see, or as you can say, it is the library which we are downloading. And we do not have to download it manually. We just have to write the dependency code, and for us, our form.xml file, which is the Maven, it download the libraries for us. To use this, we just need to import in our application. So for J, I will type JUnit here. See JUnit. I click on the enter button. It asking for the JUnit. I use the down arrow key to select the JUnit and click the enter button. And here I will select the enter button for the newer version. See, I have completed. After writing the code, you just click on this button to load the Maven changes. Whatever you have write the code, the newer changes get accepted by clicking this button. See, it is now resolving the dependencies. As you can see, it is downloading all the files. Here you can see in the externals files. See, it has downloaded all the dependencies which is needed for the testing. As you can see here, Selenium, as you can see here, it has downloaded for us. So here it is downloaded. Now what is the next process? We have write the necessary code needed for testing in the form.xml file, and now we write our Java code using in Java code in Selenium. So to do that, we go to the this folder and we write our code in src. You click on that. Inside the src, you go to the test, and inside the test, you go to the Java and click on the click and go to the new and select the Java class. You give the name to our Java class. Suppose we want to test the Google, so we'll write the Google test. Okay, and click on the enter button. So so first line of so class is already generated. So first line of code to do the testing, we write web driver. See, it automatically imported the Selenium WebDriver. So in today's code editor are so smart that we do not have to write code for us. It automatically write code when you write the WebDriver, and his name is the like driver. Okay. What this code is basically means. Suppose in Java we write string string equal to s or int equal to y. So you can understand this by that logic. The driver is type of the web driver. So you are wondering what is the use of the web driver. Here you can understand it that Selenium is used to write the Java code, and JUnit is a testing framework which is used to write our test in a good format. So what is the use of the web driver manager? So basically, what is the use of the web driver manager is that if here we are writing the Selenium code, but Selenium alone can't talk to our browsers by writing the codes. To talk to the browser, we need one mediator. So that mediator is the WebDriver manager. So whenever we write the code, we tell the WebDriver manager that key we want to go to this website, and for us, WebDriver manager talks to the browser that user want to open this website, and after opening this website, we define that we want to click on this website, this link here, this text field. So that's how internal working is done in Selenium. The WebDriver manager acts as a mediator between our Selenium and our browser. So so how Selenium is able to open any website and click on the link. So in real life, what we will do when we have to call anyone? We call someone by the name, by the name. So suppose you want to open this website. So calling to this website with this the name of the website is what in web this is the name of the website, so we use this. So you understand that for opening the website we use this. For clicking on this has also the name, so you can't use in our code that open home or open product or click product. So to know the name of the particular element we want to use, and to know that we can click on the right click button to know the name of the particular element which we want to interact with. We go to the inspect, and after clicking on the inspect, if you want to know the name of this product link, first click on this icon, then go to the product. See, click on this and go to the, or you can directly click on inspect. It shows you here uh, product. So that's way you can know the name of the particular element. In sign up, I'll show them how the name of the text field will try to find. Here you can see, click on the right click and inspect. As you can see, the input type equal to text and place equal name. So to call this, we can use any one of these. Either we can use the type, or either you can use the name, or you can also use the placeholder. So this is the way to call any element. So you understand the basic concept. Now I'll try to explain you through previous video, because when I will try to write the code right now, that will make our video long, so I don't want to do that. So I'll explain you the code I have written in my previous video to explain the concept. Okay, so this is the code I have written. So as you can see, I have written this code for the sign up page. When you see the first time this code, it may feel daunting, but if I try to explain it, you know that it is very easy. So the page I have recently made, it basically look like this. As you can see, this is my sign up page. The first line of code is this. I have written WebDriver equal to driver in this also, as you can see. Okay. So the first line of code is this one, is because it tells whatever we want to interact with the browser, and we'll use the driver as a variable. Okay. So, and the next line is at the rate before. This is basically the code of the JUnit. In before we will try to explain the browser, that we will basically do the setup part. We will download the latest WebDriver manager for the our uh, our browser version. So this line basically does WebDriver manager dot Chrome driver. If you use the Mozilla Firefox, so here we will write the Mozilla Firefox. In my case, I am using Chrome. So you write the WebDriver dot Chrome driver dot setup. Basically, this line does that. It download the web basically download the WebDriver for our browser version, whatever we are using. So this line does that. It download the WebDriver for us. So driver or new driver basically does that. We are using the Chrome for our testing. So this is the testing parts, and at the rate before we write this code. So what I have told, JUnit used to make our code more simpler in more structured way. So in before we have set up the WebDriver manager, and in the test we try to start our test. So I have written one function, public void equal to open Google. This is the code for handling the exception. Okay. So opening any website, the first code we write driver.get, driver.get, and the URL of our application, which is automationexercise.com. We have used here. Okay, so basically what this code is telling that driver dot get driver take go to this website, and driver is a type of WebDriver. So what I have told you, WebDriver basically talks to the browser API, WebDriver API, and WebDriver API talk to our browser and told that the driver user is want to go to the this website. So this website get opened. And next line of code we have written that driver.manage window.maximize, that when this website is open, it should open in maximize window. And next line we have written that webdriver.wait. So this line does that it waits for 10 seconds that website should be loaded properly. If it gets loaded in 8 seconds, then it does not go wait for the 10 seconds. It basically jump to the next line of code. So that's why we have written here wait until the link is visible. Okay. So in this step, basically we are telling that we have gone to the this website and then go to the sign up and login link function. Here you can see by linked text, and after going to this link and then click on the button, and after clicking this button we will return dot find dot element by name and send keys. So I will show you the what this basically code are doing. It basically when I write this code, it what it does, it basically go on to the this website. After that we have written window.maximize, basically it has maximize the window. And for next line we have written the by link test sign up login. What is this? This is basically talking about this element. So this is the hyperlink. So that's why we have given driver dot by link test, and we have written the sign up dot login. And after that we have written the by name. So when we click on this, when you click on this, it is basically try to fill this form. To fill this form, we should know the name of this particular text box. When we inspect that, as you can see, name barabar name. So we have used basically this in our code. See, find out element by name, and what is the name of the name is the name. And after that, dot send keys, whatever we want to write there, we have provided here. Here I want to name the Deepak, and after that, it is asking for the email, as you can see here. It asks for the email. So what we have used in our code? See, if driver.find.element.x, sometimes what happens that is particular element do not provide, suppose it does not provide name barabar email. So how will able to identify that we want to interact with this element? For that we use the x. So in modern time we don't have to look this code. For finding the name of the elements, we use basically one extension, which is this selector hub. You can download it from the Google Play Store by going to this extension section and visit Chrome Web Store, and there you type the selector hub and this is downloaded. Then if you want to know the name of the any element on the website, just click on this icon and go to the particular element. It basically give you you can interact with particular element using this type of selector, CSS selector, XPath So in my case, I have used the X path. As you can see, X path I have used. So you can select the X path from. You can copy. You can click on this button to copy. It will copy the X path and you can paste in your code. So this way we try to write the code. As you can uh, as you can understand, whole code is written like that only. What are the next and at the next step, I just click on the sign up button. Here, as you can see, there